started and posted my first Substack. Feel more like drawn to. Hello, good morning everyone, and welcome back to another Work the Dream vlog. As you can tell, I'm full of energy. Apologies for the errors back there, but hey, that's real life. There's no other space to keep things. Anyway, I digress. I'm very excited that you are joining me for a day or a few days this week, just to kind of, getting on our normal work week, but at the same time enjoying life and finding the balance, and also get outside, get some vitamin D. I have a couple of updates, I think, since the last time that I vlogged. I got this hobonichi. So apparently, for someone who's not into journaling, I'm not saying that I'm a massive journaling fan, I'm just starting out, but I went down the rabbit hole because I've been trying to stay offline as much as possible. I deleted Instagram. Social media has been, it's been difficult. I just want to move on to pens and paper, but because of that, and I want to kind of something a bit more like systemized. And I think Hobonichi take whole with monthly views that right now I took it as, I do doodling every day, just highlight daily's highlight has been quite interesting. This one is a April start. All of this to say is that I've been enjoying journaling, being reflective and taking it slower. And that, inspired me to finally started and posted my first Substack. Writing has been my bread and butter. I've been writing since I remembered. That is kind of my initial first form of creative expression. But obviously I wrote in my mother tongue, and I wrote in Thai, and I never actually consistently write in English before. So starting a Substack is making me slightly nervous, but in a good way. And my Substack is called Power Bites. I mean, the same brand with Power Bites with Prang. And the content that I will write for Power Bites will continue to explore, healthy eating, but also enjoying food, cooking, recipe that necessarily only for, fat loss or bulking or anything. As a foodie gym girl, I love eating, I love cooking, I love exploring recipes and cooking different dishes, but at the same time I'm also quite mindful and conscious about the macronutrients and eating high protein, high fiber, anything that give me strength and keep me strong, anything life, and things that bring me joy, and I hope that it will also give you some interesting suggestions, inside recipes, or just a good nice read. I would be really appreciated if you can subscribe and follow, say hi to me if you come across me on Substack. But enough with the yapping, because I also have to go back to work. I think I've mentioned before that I've been trying to kind of reduce my eggs and dairy consumption, and so far it's been pretty okay. As in I still have eggs, but I guess the frequency has been significantly what's the word? Sporadic. I can't speak English today. Maybe once a week, one egg a week. That's significantly a lot less, but I still have yogurt every day, and this is the biggest challenge, especially soy yogurt. Alpro, can you please make a 1 kilo tub? I will be happy to pay, because I just can't keep buying small tub and then just get through within 3 days. I still have dairy yogurt every day, quite a big amount. So I've been relying a lot on a soy chunks, seitan homemade, which I make homemade, tempeh as well, which I also make myself, and it's so good. Consume a lot of these, and the benefits that I notice is that I feel very full. Now I'm just gonna squeeze the liquid out, pop this in an air fryer. That gives a bit more to me pork. Yeah, just pork pieces, and then reheat my lunch. My tempeh. let's stick with this angle. So I'm home and back with like a bag full of food that I ordered from a private chef in my kind of local area who does, you know, like supper clubs, like doorstep dishes. It's basically, you know, you kind of home cooked meal and then you pre-order and then you collect, or you know, you ask her to deliver. I've come across her for a while now and wanted to try her food, but didn't want to kind of, you know, commit to a supper club or a brunch because I felt like this is not really my thing. And also she's a person that I reached out as a process of me kind of figuring out, I guess, like my next steps in my career and in my life. So I'm starving and I can't wait to try her food. So I've got tahini chocolate cookie, which is always kind of my favorite. The main for this week is cauliflower chickpea curry, wild garlic hummus. And with the main comes with like Bombay potato and herby yogurt kind of dressing, which she mentioned to me that is for kale. So I think it's pretty wholesome situation, and you know, all of this is to kind of reheat. But anyway, I'll come back again once I reheat the meal, and then we can, you know, have a taste test to say that reacting like first time, real time is probably not accurate because I already licked the spoon. I'm very excited to have my first bite. It's nice not to cook. It's really good. It's like the tomato sauce is well cooked, sweet from onions, is warm and comforting. I wouldn't say it's spicy or hot or in any way. It's quite well balanced. I mean, roasted potato, what can go wrong about it? I can see why. Like, this is definitely a meal that, you know, I would cook myself, and a meal that normal people would eat on a day-to-day basis. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It's hearty, it's comforting, it's everything that you need. No, this is really, really nice. I'm glad I did this. Wow, this is massive in my hand. The ad. There we go. Good morning. Coffee's here, you know, and actually this week I haven't been to the office. The weather's been great. I feel like going out, but I don't feel like going to the office. You know, I've been talking about work, career, all of that stuff, but I don't think that I mentioned what I do for work. So my role is campaigns content manager, and I work in a global climate organization. My role like offers quite a wide range of support, you know, whether it being creative and content strategy, design strategy, branding, social media content design, anything to do with visuals, because I also have graphic design background, including hands-on design as well. The topics that I get to work on is very diverse, cut crossing, you know, different climate topics, you know, clean air, transport, water. I feel like I can keep on explaining about my role forever because it is a lot, and you know, it's still probably like the best role that I could hope for. I think climate and environmental NGOs, you know, often rely on ambitions and passions of people who work in the sector. You basically work with very passionate people, you know, and on top of that, my team is amazing. I feel very, very grateful working in this team, because I also spoke with, you know, many other colleagues from different teams. They all had different experiences, and I really feel sorry for them. So I went to a career coaching, not from a place of, you know, wanting to leave, but I went to my coach with curiosity about what's next. But usually, you know, with career coaching, then often get to kind of explore your strengths, what you do well, and what can you do well. Is the current role actually aligns with the strength that you have? So I got to kind of map different bits of my current role. We also got to look at the quality of what I want to kind of pursue. So what are the quality or strength that I feel more like drawn to, and I want to kind of do more. I want that kind of like a sense of community quality, but does that actually like reflect into my current role? So we kind of like tap into that quality side bit a little bit more in my third sessions that just finished like last week. I just thought that this is very, I guess, interesting to share in case also you are thinking of, you know, working with a career coach. And yeah, now it's time to go back to work. Will be a better excuse to have something, you know, cold and refreshing. My homemade kombucha. This is my first batch. Cheers. I'm eating a bit earlier today because I'm quite hungry. Lunch was good, but it wasn't as filling, like it wasn't a lot of protein. I'm sick of talking about protein, but yeah, it wasn't a lot of protein, so it didn't last me for long. I've been going to bed quite late in the past few days because of watching One Piece on Netflix, and you know, just so many things that basically kept me from going to bed early. So now I think today definitely I need my beauty sleep. And currently I'm making like a very lazy, easy, you know, like Chinese takeaway, like garlic chili pepper. So I'm having with mixed grain rice, which is basically just like black rice and tricolor quinoa. But I'm just not sure how good the flavor is, but it is what it is. This is one of those days. I don't have any. I guess I lack inspiration a little bit today for dinner. I don't know what else to cook. And yeah, just gonna enjoy this and watch the last episode of One Piece. Thank you so much for joining me for 2 days. I hope you feel good, feel energized from the sunshine that's so beautiful in London at the moment. And also I hope that, I guess, I kept you good company, you know, with all of my coaching and career, all of these, you know, yapping and ranting. Yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day, you know, wherever you are, and then I'll see you in my next one very soon. Bye! Oh, this is too hot.